Your first year in New York, you guys run into the Bulls in the playoffs. What was that like?
We ran into them a lot. It was just one of them things. It was just like MJ always said, you was born the wrong time. But it was, I always tell him. I always tell him.
That's what MJ said?
He always said, he always fucking around. So I used to tell him, I'm glad, I said, you glad David Stern, your next door neighbor, right? That's why you get all the calls.
Yeah. But you guys had a hell of a team, man. Patrick Ewing, Starks, Mason, Larry Johnson, Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
What was it like just kind of finding your footing with that team? It was a really talented team going into the 90s.
Basically, we had Pat
Riley?
Yeah, Jeff. Let me see, was it Jeff? It might have been Jeff. Pat Riley. No, Jeff. Pat Riley, then Jeff. So with Larry Johnson, we had Jeff. We went to the finals in Houston, but we just, ball didn't bounce out right against Houston. We was up 3-2, went 7. Last minute of the game, we couldn't get the lead. I think Sam Cassell hit a big 3. But playing with the guy was great. I mean, we didn't hang a lot in New York. Only somebody really hung a lot with me and Mason, or me and Anthony Bonner. I don't think Patrick went, he ain't go nowhere.
Rest in peace, Anthony Mason.
I think that, but we when it's time to play, we played. It's like a band. Everybody after the show over, everybody go their own ways. And I think that hurt us as a team because we wasn't close enough in New York, and I think that that hurt us a little. But we tried to, like some guys, but a lot of guys, it's just like we wasn't close enough. We should have been more closer, and sometimes that worked out better, but it just didn't work out. But we fought to the end. That's like I give you that.
How was Pat Riley as a coach, and what advice was given? Like he said, like you said, Pat gets ready to fight for every game like a fighter.
Yeah, he was control freak, real dominant. He like his way the highway. Great preparation, but long term for like late. We didn't just good in some game situation. I think that hurt us, especially against Houston and Akeem, and he killed Patrick, and we just.
Akeem was a monster. He was what? He was defensive MVP and the MVP of the league that year.
Akeem,
right?
yeah. But Pat Riley, he's he know how to get you there. He can prep, get you there, and, make sure your body fat is right.
Right,
yeah. He can make sure, your weight is right, and he can make sure you can, like fourth quarter, you got enough energy maybe to finish the game. But we just gonna make the bucket when we need it. That was a good series, but he was, he worked us hard. We lose by 20. We know we're gonna have to go do some suicide. So we'll play back. We'll have a back-to-back and we lose. We have to work out. Sometimes most back in the day, they do at the back-to-back, they give you the day off.
Right.
It's how you play in your back-to-back. You know what I'm saying? So if you play bad, you practice. If you play, keep the game in 5 or 6 points, okay, I can understand. But so he was one of them guys. So he tried to keep you mentally tough about the game, and didn't allow a lot of nonsense around, so I can respect that.
When he's known for, like you said, the running and his preparation.
Right.
Did he, was it that, was Patrick running with y'all? Like, everyone had to run, or was it?
Well, to begin a training camp, Patrick had bad knees, so late in the season, he didn't do that much running. He made us do what it took, like, sometimes you leave practice, it ain't like some people go do something else. No, you had to go relax and stuff, but I think he meant to do that because he didn't want you out and about a lot.
Some coaches, make you rest.
Yeah. So, but he was totally different. He was the different coach out of all the coaches I had. So I guess he had. But when he first came to New York, he sit down and talked to me about he wanted to cut my minutes, and I said, okay, well, you got the pedigree. You won a championship in L.A., so I'm gonna listen to you. I want to win a ring, so I want to see what you're talking about. So the first year he cut my minutes from 34 down to 26, 27. We didn't do that good. Then the next year, I went and talked to, 2 years, I said, Pat, I need to get my regular. I think I bring more to the team. I know you got all your analytics, this and that, but I think my force, you don't look at the force like you should. So my force do more on the court. So the next year, I started back getting my regular minutes. I make the all-star team. We go to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So
point proven.
He didn't want to, but I was like, I tried your way, try my way.
Right.
Man up.
Right.
So.
Well, how good, I think someone that gets lost in the shuffle in the history of basketball is Patrick Ewing. How good was big fella down there for y'all?
Patrick was good, but Patrick wasn't that Georgetown Patrick to me. He didn't bring that. When he left Georgetown, I think he left his toughness there. He got to be a more finesse. And I think that hurt us as a team because it ain't about getting 30 points.
You
It's
need
about
a dog.
clogging that middle down when they come in and put their ass down on the floor. I did. I didn't. So my thing, it ain't one guy can do it. No, we trying to win as a team. If it's your turn, do it. That's what he didn't do. But besides, I mean, he got his 20 and 10, Dream Team, Hall of Fame, all that, but we didn't get the ring.
Right.
Karl Malone, Barkley, James Harden, Westbrook. I mean, so...
Yeah.
I mean, you get all the shots and you get the money and the glory, but the team don't win nothing.
Other than the Bulls, what other teams, was tough on a nightly basis? How was it going against the Pacers and Reggie Miller and them as well?
I love to play the Pacers against Dale and Antonio Davis, Reggie, Rick Smith, and
Them Davis
T.
boys.
Best. Yeah, Dave. I love to play. They was more athletic than me. I just like to play against guys my size that want to bang. But we had some wars. That was more war with them than with Chicago.
Yeah.
Because Chicago was just trying to run you and finesse, but Indiana played more half court, same way we played, so it was more mano. But Reggie killed that one game. He scored like 9 points in like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And then another year, Patrick missed a finger roll, but there was two teams just battling to beat the Bulls. We was all in the same situation. I think they went to the final one, and we did. We all had to go through the Bulls. They had to go through us. We had to go through them. Then the Bulls. The Bulls was like, okay, they stand at the finish line. Like, who next? So it was fun playing against them.
You was on the team when Lonzo and LJ were throwing hands?
Yeah, they wasn't doing nothing.
They nobody connected. Nobody connected.
No, they threw a lot of.
They threw a lot of them.
Yeah, it was funny though.
So we briefly touched on this. 94, you guys make the finals. That's actually the year MJ wouldn't play baseball. You guys beat the Bulls in 7. Tough battle against Indiana in the Eastern Conference Finals. You guys run into Houston.
Right.
And like you said, you just couldn't get the job done.
No, the first 2 games in Houston, we split. We come to New York. We win 2 out of the 3. That's when the OJ thing was going on. And I think that...
you said that's when the OJ shit was happening?
Yeah.
The juice.
That was game 5, I think. Yeah, game 5.
Oh, because I remember they stopped the game
chase.
and announced it during the
Yeah,
show.
OJ
that's
chase.
right. That's right. That's crazy.
But the Houston series, they just... King we could. He was a problem.
Hold on, before you start that, what was you thinking when you saw the juice on the run?
Oh man, it's crazy.
He's innocent.
I was like, that was crazy for them to break in during a game.
Right,
that was like a championship
during
game.
the finals.
Breaking news: the juice is on the run.
Yeah, but King killed us. But Sam Cassell hit some big shots.
He played big.
His big shots and. Seemed like every time we try to switch over this and that, the other guy do something. It was just, that was our chance, and we never got back. It's so hard to get back. I think, especially when you left one out there, you be like, oh, we got to get back.
Yeah.
And then on the way back, it got to be perfect. Basically got to add a piece, know what you did wrong.
Stay healthy.
Lucky.
Stay healthy.
Lucky, yeah. There's a lot of luck goes into it with the health and all the other shit.
You hear about teams going back to back, like Kansas City. I got a chance of going three years in football. As they struggled to begin this season, now they back on track. It's just like, man.
You got to align.
It was fun though. And I think when we had Game 6 in Houston, they had the T-shirts and stuff made up already, right? So I'm in the hotel. They didn't see me. I seen them like rolling stuff out, because they had it ready just in case we won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just amazing that you see that and like, wow. And I was on my way to the bus. I'm like, man. But just now we got a chance to put it on. They probably burnt it up. Then if y'all win Game 6, y'all probably gonna win. Most times you gonna win. It's hard to win Game 7, but it was close. Went down to the last, like I said, minute. But Sam Cassell hit that 3-pointers on him.
Big shot, yeah. When you take a look back now, what comes to mind when you think about your time in New York?
Just how the fans treated me. They treated me with so much love. The people was just the restaurants, and I got a chance to meet so many different people in different places and connections like crazy. If I had to do it, I'd do it the same way.